Unacademy. Now, moving on to what else is brewing today, digital healthcare platform Practo has launched operations in the UAE and claims to have more than 31,000 doctors and 3,000 healthcare facilities that are discoverable on its platform there. This launch also builds on Practo's 10+ years of presence in the region through Insta by Practo, which is their hospital management software, and the company is now expanding the footprint to consumers with more than 50,000 monthly users already accessing their platform in the region. For more on the significance of the development, joining me now is Shashank ND, the co-founder and CEO of Practo. Shashank, welcome to Startup Street. Thanks very much for your time here. Let's begin by, answering what really were the key factors that made UAE the next logical international market for you and the expected boost to business you get from expanding in that region.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for having me over. Practo has been on the journey of improving health outcomes for over a decade. And the last year has been a very transformational year for Practo. We turned profitable in the last quarter of FY24, and the full year of FY25 was a fully profitable year for Practo. And post this, we've been always looking for more growth opportunities, and UAE presented itself as the perfect location where the Indian diaspora, Indian doctors, medical tourism, a lot of these factors played into our thoughts of expanding from India to add UAE to our consumer portfolio. We've been live now for many months, and the response from both consumers and providers has been really heartening. As you mentioned, already on an annualized basis, we are seeing close to 500,000 users coming in. And this only goes to show that what technology we built for India is now serving the needs of multiple countries.
All right. Well, Shashank, I read that you say that you have about 13 crores in GMV and about 250 plus paying customers in UAE already. How do you expect this number, both in terms of customers and revenues, to evolve in the next 12 months or so?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, 250 plus customers, and just to correct you there, we've actually just missed to add there that it's close to being 10 crores monthly right now. So we are trading at close to 100 crores on an annual basis from a GMV standpoint. And over the last, from a revenue standpoint, we are closing in on over $200,000 on an annualized basis. A very, very exciting last few quarters for us in this market and region, but it just goes to show that, we're going to double down on this region. We have expanded and launched in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah, and almost 10% of the population is already using us on an annualized basis. So it's an exciting and promising start. But all I can say is that this is the first stop of Practo in its global expansion. We definitely look to add more countries after we stabilize this one.
And what are those countries, Shashank, that you're looking to add to once you stabilize the new entry in the UAE region?
We certainly see our solution, which is to help provide the best possible matching the consumer need to the right healthcare provider as the need that's there across the globe. So as you can see, Dubai and the region of UAE were one of the first few developed markets that we entered. We expect to enter more developed markets because this need comes in handy when there's a choice in front of the consumer, and the consumer can then opt for the best solution that offers the best health outcome for him or her. So we expect to be in more developed markets, and I think that is something that over the next few months we should be rolling out.
Which developed markets are you talking about, Shashank?
I'll try to hold that close to my chest right now. We always pilot. We're already piloting a few countries right now.
Sure.
And we'll share them once we are extremely sure of all the consumer as well as the supply response has been. So as we speak, we're in few markets where the pilots are running, and once we've established them in its full force, we'll definitely come and share more. It will be certainly developed markets, and you should be hoping to hear from us in the next few quarters.
Well, let me then move back to this cross-border continuity of care as your proposition then, and especially in the light of you looking at more developed countries to enter into. Can you elaborate on how Practo is integration between Indian and, for now, UAE healthcare systems for patients as well as providers?
That's a great question. First thing for in healthcare is that trust needs to first be established. So trust will only emerge when you're able to serve the local population with their local providers. So the first thing that we done in the UAE is to make sure that local doctors, local hospitals, local clinics are now available for the consumer in UAE to choose from. So that's where the first stage is, and that's where we are right now. As we gain trust in the market, we then are able to address the needs of that geography and connect them to the providers that are there in India. So that could be either the Indian diaspora, who often travel back to India for their healthcare treatment, or the local diaspora of UAE, who wish to get more sophisticated and advanced treatments done in India. And similarly, in other markets, our first protocol would be to establish trust in that ecosystem by connecting local population with local doctors and hospitals and clinics, and then post that, explore options of both value-based medical tourism, or even advanced medical tourism as deemed fit. Once this is also established, we also venture into providing teleconsultation services. I think the Indian doctors are some of the best in the world. They're renowned for their knowledge and skill, and we want to make sure that Indian doctors get access to patients across the globe to serve. So those are the phase-wise manner in which we unlock our value propositions for any given market.
Well, Shashank, very briefly, how much of your business could come from these, international markets in the future as you plan this expansion?
I think Practo has been providing B2B solutions to more than 20 countries. Today, already 20% of our revenues comes from international, but that's B2B business and not from B2C. Our today's launch is to provide B2C solutions now. Very, very proud moment for an Indian consumer internet platform to expand globally. And so through that, we are able to reach out to more people. On this front, we expect that this 20% that's there, would ideally move towards 30-40% over the coming years. We certainly see a very, very big opportunity in this vertical of consumer internet in the healthcare side. If you think about it, in the logistics space, you have multiple global players as well as Indian players. But when it comes to digital healthcare, you'll find very few players, especially in the provider marketplace. And that's where we feel a very big opportunity for Indian company like us to fill in the opportunity.
All right. Well, running out of time, Shashank, very briefly, you've turned profitable recently and you have positive cash flows now. How is that financial stability informing your investment appetite in the Middle East? And does your budget allocation, what does that even look like when you're planning these kind of international expansions in the consumer space?
It's a great question. So, one of the main reasons we started to expand was only after we turned profitable that we started reallocating started funding our new expansion projects. And this profitability that we are now reporting for FY25 is after the investments that we have made for expansion. So we believe that our ability to expand globally will be taken care by internal cash flows, and that's how we see the company moving forward. The company will remain profitable and fund its expansion globally.
Well, Shashank, plenty more to talk about, but unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and we wish you the best with your UAE expansion.
Thank you so much.
Moving on the investor